What if I told you that one of the biggest rock bands in the world started with a handwritten note on a school bulletin board, posted by a 14-year-old kid who didn't even know how to play guitar? This is the story of U2. It all began in 1976 at Mount Temple Comprehensive School in Dublin. 14-year-old Larry Mullen Jr. pinned a note asking anyone interested in forming a band to show up at his house. 8 kids showed up. 6 left almost immediately. But the ones who stayed were Larry Mullen Jr., The Edge, Adam Clayton, and a teenager named Paul Hewson who everyone called Bono. At first, they couldn't play well. They didn't have a sound. They didn't even have a name. But what they did have was raw energy, big ambition, and a belief that music could actually change something. They called themselves Feedback, then The Hype. Eventually, U2. From the start, The Edge brought the shimmering, echoing guitar sound he built using effects pedals because he couldn't play like other guitarists, so he invented his own style. Adam Clayton added melodic bass lines. Larry Mullen's drumming kept it grounded. And Bono brought intensity, emotion, and the belief that a rock band could be a force for something bigger. But becoming huge wasn't instant. Their early shows in Ireland were chaotic, loud, messy, but something about them felt new. In 1980 they released their debut album, Boy. It didn't sell millions, but it captured their spirit, hope, restlessness, and a desire to rise above the world they lived in. Then came October, and then War, the album that changed everything. With songs like Sunday Bloody Sunday and New Year's Day, U2 weren't just making rock songs, they were speaking to pain, politics, and the world around them. Their live shows blew audiences away. Bono would climb lighting rigs, wave white flags, and turn concerts into emotional rallies. By 1983, U2 weren't just a rock band, they were a movement. Everything exploded with the unforgettable Fire, and then, in 1987, the masterpiece, The Joshua Tree, Where the Streets Have No Name. With or without you, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Music that somehow sounded spiritual, political, and personal all at once. The album hit #1 around the world. Their tours sold out everywhere. U2 became the biggest rock band on the planet and Bono became the voice of a generation. But staying on top is much harder. Instead of repeating themselves, U2 took a massive risk. They completely changed their sound with Achtung Baby and the Zoo TV tour. Electronic influences, darker lyrics, experimental visuals. It was risky, bold, and brilliant. While many bands at their level faded, U2 reinvented themselves again and again. Pop, All That You Can't Leave Behind, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, and more. Songs like Beautiful Day, Vertigo, and One kept them relevant for decades. Few bands survived long enough to evolve. U2 evolved and stayed massive. They became one of the highest-grossing touring acts ever. Sold over 150 million records. Won more Grammys than any band in history. And they're still together, still performing, still pushing for change through activism, charity, and global campaigns. A band that started from a kid's handwritten note ended up shaping rock music and using fame to push the world forward. That is the power of U2. From Dublin teenagers who could barely play to one of the biggest bands the world has ever seen. If you want more deep dives into legendary music stories, like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because the story behind songs always has another story to tell.